Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special post-season BB20 show with Rockstar. We're going to be taking all of your guys' questions live for about the next hour or so before we head over to the Patreon group for the after show. But let me let you guys know first, if you want to see any of these shows back, you can check them out at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. That's where they will all be after the fact. Of course, we are live right now on YouNow, so make sure you guys become a fan here on YouNow so that you get alerted every time we go live. We'll be live with Caitlin tomorrow night, the rest of the house guests, pretty much every single night until we have them all on here for you guys. So if you fan us here on YouNow, you get alerted every time we go live. You can ask your questions in the chat room. As well, if you want access to the after shows and to support us so we can keep doing this for you guys all year, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron, or you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Now that being said, let's get to the lady that you all want to hear from. It's Rockstar!
Hi!
Rockstar, how are you doing?
So good. It's so good to be home with like all my people and my friends and my children, and just like, I mean, I went to take my daughter to ballet today. And all the moms and all the dance teachers, they were like, oh my God, we watched you the whole time. And it was just, I mean, it's just such an outpour of support, and local, and people at the grocery store and in the airports. It's just been crazy and awesome.
Now, Rockstar, I hear that, and that is a lovely answer. That is a great PG answer we got from you. But now I know what we all here at Reality Recaps want to know, Rockstar, and it is a quote from you from inside the house where you said, I want to win, but not at the detriment of my well-being. If they send me home, I'll just go home and get some real good D and feel better. Rockstar, has Chris been giving you the real good D now that you're home, and do you feel better?
I feel like 1,000% better. And I guess I won't be letting my kids watch this show later. Absolutely. No, he's been serving. I mean, just at times I'm like, I don't know that I can walk up or down the stairs. You know,
okay.
Life is real good.
Okay. I don't know why your kids can't watch the show. We're talking about donuts, kids. Daddy gave mommy donuts because that is one of her favorite snacks.
A whole lot of them.
A whole lot of donuts, kids. Speaking of donuts, let me remind everybody right now, since we are live, go ahead, spread the word. Let everyone hearing you now know that we are live. And of course, if you guys have questions, you can tweet them to me with hashtag YRRLive. You can leave them in the chat room. Lindsay will be collecting them. And Rockstar on this show is going to give away a phone call, a Skype phone call to the number one fan on this show. So number one fan on this show, currently it's you, Becca, is going to win a Skype call with Rockstar. Now, Rockstar, speaking of your kids, I meant to ask you this before, so don't feel bad if the answer is no. Is it okay if we show the most recent picture that you tweeted with your kids for those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So here's Rockstar's kids. They're so adorable, Rockstar. We love them. What is it like now being home with them? Like, are you just so, I mean, it must have been so hard to be away from them for so long.
I think it was the reason that I was so emotional. Like, it was the hardest thing. Since having the kids, I've never been away from them that long. The most I've ever been away from the girls is a week, and I've never left Isaac, you know, since he was born. So that was really, it's just amazing. It's totally refilled my soul, and it's just been like a beautiful thing to be back with my kids. And they've been like dragging me along with Chris. They've been saying stuff like, I say to Aradia, I'm like, Aradia, go do your homework. And she's like, Mom, I can't believe you would say this to me months after my birthday. And I'm like,
All right. How sick are, like Rockstar? I very easily could have started this show going, too cute, Rockstar, coming on here. Too cute. 2 months after your daughter's birthday. Too cute. But I just felt like you must be sick of hearing that by now.
It's so funny. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm not sick of it yet because I didn't even know about it. I just came home on Thursday night. So all the stuff that's old to all of you is brand new to me, and I just been geeking out. Chris has showed me some of the craziest like edits that people have made and a song and like stuff that I think I like bit my toenail in some video. Like all this crazy shit. It's just, I mean, I'm tripping out. I think it's funny. Like if you can't laugh at yourself, you probably shouldn't be on reality TV.
Exactly. So. I loved all of the dancing Rockstar gifts. I mean, we had so many just... I think my favorite one was to you dancing to Dancing Queen. Somebody like put together. That was one of my favorites. I loved all of the dancing gifts. But yeah, and we have to say also, people will kill me if I do not. Special shout out to Chris, who was a very good like advocate as a family member for you this season. I think a lot of people fell in love with him during the course of the season too.
He's fantastic. Like he was showing me all this stuff and how he was just holding it down, and I was like, oh my god. And before we left, he was like, I'm not even gonna watch it. So like.
Oh really? Well,
I had no idea.
We turn that around quickly.
Yes.
All right. I want to jump into some of your questions. So now I apologize in advance. This show really is all for your fans to ask their questions. So I'm going to try and get through as many of these with you as we can.
Okay.
And they're not in any particular order. I am just going to just jump right in. I'm going to take the first one from Destinies, who wants to know, if Brett and Angela were in the final two, who would have gotten your vote and why?
Oh, that's really good. I think that Brett and Angela would have been a good final two, as they both kind of did certain things that I felt manipulated the game. Like Angela getting Tyler and Scottie to give her that veto. Like, how impressive was that? Mm-hmm. And then Brett, he made up a whole bunch of lies and had everybody throughout the game. So it's really hard. I guess I would need to hear them say what moves they made or what their strategy coming in was, because both would have been, I mean, that would have been as good of a final two. You know, that's hard. That's a really hard question.
So let me ask you this. I think what people are probably wondering is, do you feel that you kind of were of the mindset where you made up your mind who you were going to vote for, like, in the jury house? Or were you really someone who was waiting to hear their answers on finale night?
I really wanted to hear their answers on finale night. And when Casey said that her whole strategy was to play a social game, I was like, well, bet she did exactly that, you know, and she didn't step on anybody's toes. And then she pulled out a comp beast thing. Like, she came in and she did it. Mm-hmm. If she would have just been like, well, you know, I just kind of, she would have said it was luck that got her there. I mean, I think she had a good answer, and I was for somebody coming in and strategically planning out how to do it. And I felt like she did it, and she did it making everybody still love her. And so that's admirable to me. You know?
And you're allowed, and this is what I think a lot of people get confused about. The jury is allowed to vote however they want. Like, a lot of people feel like, oh, it's going to be a bitter jury. You have to play to the jury. If you think the jury is going to be bitter, then you best do what Casey did and make sure you don't have people that feel bitter towards you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think it was an incredible final two. I mean, I think that they both were very deserving. And it was like, I didn't make up my mind until I stuck my hand in there to get out the key. Cause I was really, it was hard. It was a hard decision.
Okay. Would JC have had your vote? You got this from a lot of people. Would JC have had your vote if he made it to the final two against Casey or Tyler? So in other words, is there any scenario that you would have voted for JC against those final two people?
JC was a whisperer. Am I allowed to like make a reference that's not? Mm-hmm. He reminds me of the guy in Game of Thrones, the spider guy.
Okay.
So, like, I appreciated that about his game. So I don't think he would have gotten my vote over Casey. It's kind of up in the air whether he would have gotten my vote over Tyler, but I might have given it to Tyler. I mean, there's like, I loved Tyler the whole time. The reason that I targeted Tyler is because I saw Tyler going to the end. It wasn't a personal, I call him like I saw him, and the whole point of the game is to knock people out so that you can win, you know?
I have to say one of my most favorite Rockstar and JC moments right here, bathroom dancing. Loved bathroom dancing Rockstar.
I haven't even seen that before.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh,
No.
I'm sure we got to take you down Twitter lane and go to a lot of these. I want to grab a question from Twitter. It's from Curtis9181 who says, "What drew you to Haleigh and made her become your closest friend in the house? Or do you consider Casey to be Haleigh to be your closest friend in the house?"
So Haleigh, so right before you walk in, you're all standing in a hallway. They can't talk to anybody. This is before you walk on the stage, before you go in the house. And she's looking at me with these bright eyes, and she's like jumping into my soul. And we're not allowed to talk to each other. And she's just going like, and her eyes are all big. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl is so cute and like so in my face. Well, we didn't really talk. I found out she was like 21, and I'm like, what? When we get in the house, I'm like, what am I going to talk to this 21-year-old about? And I said to her, I was like, so what's your Harry Potter house? And she said, Slytherin, Hufflepuff. And I was like, oh, I love you. You're low-key evil. Like, I'm into it. And then from then on off, we just like were kicking it, like really hardcore. Like, we just loved each other, and we would stay up all night just doomsdaying and talking and like.
Right. I love it. I mean, I think it's no surprise. I think like the Hive was very much, I would say, like the heart of the season. I think a lot of fans can agree with that it was like the heart of the season. So we loved watching you guys all be together. Maximus Mom wants to know, if you could change one thing about your BB experience, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about my BB experience, well, it's probably going to be, not a surprise that I wouldn't have checked my answer with Tyler in the otev. That for me is just, I mean, it's kind of like my personality. If you and I were taking a test together, I'd be like, did you get B? And that's kind of exactly what I was doing. So I would have held that to myself, and I wouldn't have checked with him. And then, who knows how far I could. I mean, it's all a bunch of what ifs at that point. And
I mean, I feel like I defend on this show. I feel like I defended you a lot in that, because yes, a lot of people, I mean myself too, I was yelling at the screen Rockstar. I was like, I can't believe they're Rockstar, until I started talking it out, and I'm like, we're all going down that thought path because you had it right.
Right.
But had you had it wrong, it would have been just as beneficial to you to get back out there. And I think a lot of people forget that point. Like, so, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You were not sure 100% that was the right answer. So you were like checking your work.
I was sure 100% until I saw him coming up with a different colored bottle. And I just had it in my mind that Tyler is such a comp beast that that's why I questioned myself. I'm like, oh, do I have the wrong answer? Because I knew that I could go back down at that point and go look for another one if it was,
Right. All right. Well, Annie, that was Annie's question. Annie, I hope that answers your question about her doing that over. Okay, Lana K wants to know, as a jury member, did you feel like Tyler and Casey were given enough time to answer their questions and plead their case, or do you wish you could have, heard them speak more?
I mean, I would have loved to have heard them speak more. I think that there definitely was some, we're on a time limit here. And, but they have their show scheduled out that way.
Right.
So, I would have loved to have heard more about what they had to say. I think it's so awesome for them to make it to Final Two. I would have wanted to hear everything they had to say,
Right. Okay, so you're getting a lot of questions about Brett. I'm gonna take this one. A little shady, Kara. She said, you often said game recognizes game. Yet as a fan of the show, you didn't vote for, in some people's opinion, the person who had the best strategic game at the end. Any comment on that, says Kara.
My comment on that is that
you're allowed to vote how you want to vote.
I'm allowed to vote how I want to vote, and not just that. You know what? I'll just say it. I was trying to get Tyler out from the beginning, so I knew that was my opportunity.
Yeah, that was the.
I mean, and he still won in my eyes. I mean, $50K is a year's salary. That's a lot of money, you know. Like, they did great, but.
Let me ask you this. Is there anything that Tyler could have done? Because I think a lot of us feel like Tyler's downfall was in his jury management, or at least that's how I feel was in his jury management. Is there anything that he could have done to have made you feel better about voting for him or wanting to give him your vote in the end?
Oh, and here's another
okay.
Tyler had Sam the entire time voting with him. So
right.
Like, I mean, I don't know if that's strategy or manipulation or just picking upon somebody, but that's like, wow, you had an extra vote the entire time. That's pretty wild. Like, I don't know. I just wanted to, I've been thinking a lot about that.
An extra vote and a power.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, he had a lot of opportunities, I guess. He didn't need to, he had terrible jury management with that whole like thug life, sitting on the couch with the, you know, sunglasses talking about I got the burrito, right. Like right. So I mean, but that didn't affect. I mean, I really just felt like once Casey said she was a fan since day one, and she planned everything out to be a strictly social game, and she didn't deviate from that, I thought like that's impressive. That's what I thought I would have done.
Right.
You know, but those people just didn't really like me, so.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people who, I don't want to say don't like you, because I don't know what the current status is. And again, I always say game is game and real life is real life. And I'm always about giving people a second chance in real life. But Great Dane Mom wants to know, how did you feel about Angela's goodbye message when she had said, you know, the words to you? I forget specifically what she said because she didn't say it. But I remember her goodbye message was kind of mean, and it was what she had heard that you said about her, like, through the grapevine, which then caused a whole thing on Twitter. So, what are your thoughts about her goodbye message?
I mean, game related, not personally. I had wished I could have won an HOH and let her know that to her face.
Oh, okay. So, not really friendly with Angela.
I'm not friendly with her. I mean, it was all in the game. And you got to understand, like, I have no idea how I would be with that, with level 6. Now it's level 6. I keep calling them the other side of the house because we never knew their name. But I have no idea how it would be with level 6 now, because we were all stacked on top of each other. I mean, it's really hard if you're not feeling somebody. I mean, you could be your boyfriend or wife, or, you know, could be getting on your nerves, and y'all live together and you just separate or like go for a drive or something. So I have no idea how it would be if we were just kicking it and like hanging out at a club or, you know, something like that. I'm sure she's a great person. I think our personalities just didn't mesh constantly together nonstop.
I think the roadblock, and God, I hope I'm wrong, but I think the roadblock that you're going to have is that obviously you have a family. The family's not the roadblock. The roadblock is that you went home to be with your family, which is what anyone would do. And I feel like everybody else got to stay together to kind of mend through that. So I just hope that if the rest of the cast is watching this, that you're going to put in the work for Rockstar, because she had to go home with her precious babies.
I did. And, you know, like on a sadder note, but an actual thing that happened while I was in the jury house, my stepdad had a stroke. And so he's still in the hospital. So when I was talking to my family after finale, they were like, you need to get home. You need to, you know, and I was like, bet, totally. So that was why I haven't said that to anybody yet, but that was why I miss everything. And I wanted to see my kids and my man, of course, but
well, I am very sorry to hear that. I hope that all is going to go well. I have faith
Yeah,
that's going to go well,
I think it
Rockstar.
will too. It'll be fine.
Um, New Jersey girl in the chat room wants to know.
Oh, okay.
Having been in the house and in an alliance with Caitlin, who is from Long Island, if you were to play again, would you ever align with someone who's from Long Island? New Jersey does not like Long Island.
They don't like Long Island. Well, I would not if there was a Jersey girl opportunity to align with.
You would not align with New Jersey.
I would align with Jersey over Long Island, I guess. I'm just making a joke. I would totally align with whoever was whoever I kicked it off with. And
Okay.
Caitlin, as soon as I walked in the house, was like in my face, and that's how we connected, because she came up to me and connected to me.
Right.
So
All right, let's talk about Brett a little bit. I mean, you have tons of questions as people want to know, what is the relationship like with Brett now? Like, we saw what it was in the house on the show. We also kind of saw that Chris kind of put out a tweet saying, like, oh, Brett, I heard everything got worked out in the jury house, so that's cool. So what is it like with Brett now?
I mean, I really actually don't have any idea. Neither of us are following each other on Twitter. So, I mean, we're not going to be best friends, I'm sure, but I don't think we'll be worst enemies. I mean, I don't really have enemies. I have people I just stay away from.
You got a family and kids and a real job. You don't got time for enemies, right? You're like me. We don't have time for the drama.
There's no time for that.
But I do. I really felt like, and I mean, I get that it's on Brett's side, but I feel like I wanted you and Brett to be like this little dynamic duo. I thought it would have been great TV.
It would have. We talked about that in the jury house. I was like, he was like, well, I was like, why did you say that when I was on the block? Like, that really didn't make any sense. I mean, what was your move? Was it just to be mean? Like, why did you do that? And he was like, well, I really actually was thinking about it. But then Sam came up to me and said she knew we had a Final Two alliance. And I was like, I never told Sam that. So I never even told Brett that we had a Final Two alliance. I was like, keep me here and we'll go from there.
Right. Look, bottom line is you got the last word, as Derek Koloski says in the chat room. Well, Julie called Brett Brent on his goodbye. So Julie didn't even get his name right. So you win.
Yay!
Jennerific wants to know, have you heard that fans are considering BB20 the best season since Big Brother 10? And how does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh. I think my heart just like pitter pattered. BB10 is the best season. so I mean, I think so. I think that's amazing.
You guys
I'm flattered to be a part of that.
It was amazing. This season, I do have to say, like, yeah, once jury started and level 6 kind of just started steamrolling, we're like, womp, womp, womp. But I have to say, up until that jury, you guys, amazing cast. And I saw, and I apologize if it was you that, not you, but whoever said this on Twitter, I apologize for not remembering her name. Somebody was like, forget about like these other reality shows. We just need to get the Hive together and make them a reality show. And I would like to actually see that. I would love to see a Hive reality TV show. I think it'd be great.
The Hive, and then add Swaggy, and we'll add my Chris too. So
right,
the Hives and 2 Chris's.
And JC too, for the hell of it. You
know what? Why not?
Okay. Let me go over to, okay, so BB Little 2 wants to know, have you finished watching the season back yet? Go ahead.
I have not. I watched the first episode, and it was really cool. I mean, it's like totally surreal. I thought it was really neat to watch. I was going to set it aside and not watch it for like 6 months. And then my Chris was like, you should really watch it. And like, it's actually You should watch it. You'll like it. It's cool. And so we're gonna, once things settle down, like I'm trying to give attention to, my kids.
Right.
And my friends are rolling through, and I mean, a lot of people missed me, and I really missed them. So I'm not trying to like be glued to my own TV for something I just lived right away. But I'm gonna absolutely watch it. Totally.
I always tell people, and I'm not at all saying I don't want to say how you feel about it, but I always like to tell people, like, if you're feeling emotional about it, I think a great way to watch it is backwards. Because you kind of then will start with your eviction, which is probably not your favorite moment in the house, but then you work backwards to the first episode when you're all there. And I mean, it's not the greatest way to watch it, but there are a lot of people that told me that they've watched it that way after being evicted and they love it. It really made it end for them on a happy note versus like, oh, and then my game was over. So just an idea.
That's interesting. Yeah, cool.
Let me take this question from Annie, who says, what was the most interesting or surprising news that you heard which happened in the real world while you were in the house? Was there anything that happened when you were in the house that shocked you?
I don't know if it was shocking, but I just found out today that Aretha Franklin passed away. Yes. And that was sad. So I don't know that was shocking. I mean, she lived a good life, but I was sad to hear that.
You also got this question from a bunch of people. I'm going to take it from Twitter, from Ran Sack, who wants to know, have you talked to Sam since she's been home? How is she doing? Have you heard from Sam at all?
I haven't heard from Sam. But Sam said many, many times that she was going to go for a week in the woods and decompress. So I don't know if she's actually doing that, but she talked about that in the house, in the Big Brother house, and she talked about that in the jury house. So I didn't expect to hear from her yet.
I think if anybody was going to go spend a week in the woods, it would be Sam. And if I would think that there'd be anybody that's going to come out of the week in the woods, having built a log cabin out of like tree branches and leaves and have little forest friends like Snow White, it'd be Sam.
Totally. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
I want to go wherever Sam is in the woods. It sounds like it's a party.
Yes. With some whiskey.
Exactly. Jackie knows has a very serious question now, so you need to prepare yourself.
Okay.
Jackie wants to know, how hard was it to maintain your awesome hair color while in the Big Brother house?
Okay, so I'll keep it 100%. And I will let you know that when you have dyed your hair since you were about 17 and you are 35 and you have what looks to be wonderful hair but is fried, you don't have to wash it all the time. So like the color lasts longer because it's not oily, like it's kind of dry. Great color, but so that's how I maintain the color. I did re-dye it once. They gave me 1 tube of hair dye and said that the rest I would have to get at an HOH. So I dyed it once in the house and then I dyed it in the jury house.
I don't understand why people...
I did wash it, but
I don't understand why people are always like, I can't believe that they're giving her hair dye and she didn't win. I'm like, oh my God, just let her dye damn hair. What the hell's the problem here, everybody?
Right. Well, they gave it to me. Like I brought it and they said you're allowed 1 tube. Don't talk about production. Said
they
you're
don't
allowed
care about
1
this.
tube in the house. You know? They said that. Like, and I guess everybody had whatever hair dye they needed, 1 tube.
Right. Okay, let me go over to Angela, not to Angela, to Amber A, who says, you all acted surprised when Angela told you about level 6. Was that really the first time that it was discussed? So was that really the first time that you guys learned about level 6, was when Angela told you?
At the round table?
Right, at the round table.
No, Brett told us at the jury house.
And was that, like, super shocking, like, to find? Because I feel like a lot of people felt like they were like deprived of getting like all of your reactions to finding about level 6? And yes, we're allowed to talk about it.
Well, we knew, we just called them the other side.
Right.
We didn't know what their name was. We knew the whole time they were working together. I mean, that was very obvious to us. Level 6, the first time that we thought about it was when Angela gave her goodbye message. She and Casey went to go do their goodbye messages with the OTEV hat on, which was cute. They put a 6 under the bill. And so Haleigh was like, what is that 6? And she's like, oh, it's my favorite number. And Haley's like, okay. But so and then Brett told us when he came to the jury house that they were called level 6, and we kind of got on him about the name, and he was like, well, it's the name that takes you really far, right? The Hive Alliance entirely here. And we were like, yeah, we get it. Okay, funny, but
I know. I mean, I think a lot of us in watching that, when they were all dressed in that same outfit, like you said, they all had the hats with the 6, and we're like, okay, this is it. You guys know. Now you know. You're going to make, I mean, not that it was your fault, but like, Fessy, Haleigh, let's go. It's right in front of you. And they just ignored it. Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Fessy.
Oh, Fessy. Oh, Fessy. I want to take this question. A lot of people are asking, were you impressed that Tyler had a power that whole time but didn't have to use it?
We assumed that Tyler had the power.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was something that we thought a couple times because we had really tried to like figure out who had it. We thought it was either JC or Tyler because JC, we felt, we don't know how we were portrayed. We're just starting to figure that out. But in our house, we felt like JC was probably focused on a lot. So maybe he got a lot of the attention. But then we also thought like Caitlyn and everything that she was doing, Tyler was up with her the whole time. So we it was either JC or Tyler. And, was I impressed he didn't use it? I still don't even know what it was exactly, like what it did.
He could make himself not eligible for a ceremony. So, but he had to use it before the ceremony. So before nominations, he could have said, I'm going up to the cloud, you can't nominate me. Or before POV replacement, he could say, I'm going up to the cloud, you can't nominate. Like, his thing was called In the Cloud, which flashed on your screens in the house.
We saw it, yeah.
That was his power app.
Okay. Yeah, we saw that, and I was like, I wonder if that means it ran out or what, but...
Nope, that was his power.
Am I impressed he never had to use it? I guess. I mean, nobody was listening to me. I kept telling him to put him up there. I may not have been, a comp beast at all. Right. I mean, I did come in like second, but I knew that I would be good at people, and I knew that I would be able to figure things out. And I feel like I really did. At the finale, Tyler gave me a big hug, and he said, you were right the entire time. Right. He said, you knew everything. You called me out every single time. And for me, that kind of validates my whole experience and makes me feel like, cool. Well, at least I did what I thought I would be good at.
Right. Well, brilliant. And I have to say, one of the, we have seen seasons where people did not take their punishments well. I know a lot of people thought you were one of the best punishment takers this season. You really seemed to I don't say enjoy, because I don't think you enjoyed it, but I mean, you did it with with like a smile on your face the whole time. You were very good about doing all of the punishments. Like, did you enjoy doing it? Was that like a fun memory that you're going to take from the house?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I did not enjoy it. It was crazy. The reason that I guess I had so much fun with it is because I like Big Brother. I know that's a big part of Big Brother. And for me, that was, wow, this is actually happening. Like, I'm actually Big Brothering right now. It wasn't just, it was something I had seen. It was something I knew was coming. And the way that I am in life is I try to kind of have fun doing everything.
Right.
So if I have to go through something like that, I'm going to crack jokes while doing it. I'm going to, I mean, why not? And I think that that's one of the cool things about Big Brother that people love is those crazy punishments. So,
Right.
And it was pretty crazy.
Who are you going to miss the most from your cast? You got this question from a bunch of people too. Is there someone that like you're just missing the most like right now?
Can I miss two people?
Yes.
All right. I would say I miss Hales and Bales the most. Those are my homegirls, and like we really connected. I think that they're like family for life, and we all FaceTimed and they talked to the kids, and like I mean I think we're already planning when we're all gonna see each other. So I definitely miss them the most.
Okay. Oh my God, like you're just being bombarded with questions, so I don't know where it is. I feel like I just read it though. Somebody in the chat room said, what is the situation like with you and Bailey now? A lot of people they felt like she yelled at you a lot in the house, I guess, or wasn't listening to you a lot in the house. Now, we have heard her say that you guys are really close in jury and that you helped her through what they have announced now is her miscarriage and that stuff. But have you guys talked about the way your relationship was in the house at all?
Bailey was very hormonal. I mean, I didn't take it really anything other than that. Even when she was yelling at me, it's very stressful to get yelled at by somebody that you're supposed to be real tight with. But I just felt like, damn, she's really going through some shit. And so I didn't take it. I would rather have somebody yell in my face than whisper behind my back.
I completely agree. It just, and I don't even want to say like yell. I don't think she really yelled at you. It just seemed like she was not very trusting of you at points to believe you when you were trying. I remember the one conversation in the pink bedroom. It was like, you were like, it wasn't me. And she was like, well, then who was it?
Right.
Well, I don't know. You're in a house full of people. It could have been anyone. Why don't you trust your alliance, Hive?
That's that I think is the downfall of our entire alliance.
Oh, it is.
Just, I mean, Chris came when I went home. Chris was joking with me, and he was like, "At what point did you all decide that your alliance's motto was trust no one?"
Right.
And I'm like, I think all of us we're thinkers. We're real cerebral people, and we were constantly thinking like we know this game, and we know that the game is backstabbing and betrayal. So even though we loved each other and do still love each other, not a one of us ever fully trusted each other. We were constantly, I mean, I love Haleigh to death, and I would be like, are you and Brett together? Did you meet in college? Is this I mean, it was just this crazy head trip of like, we were constantly doomsdaying on each other.
You really were.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you really were. Like, if there was whatever was the worst move to do and not trust. And here's the thing, and a lot of people, and I mean myself included, give like level 6 a lot of credit. I almost think a large part of the credit comes from them not thinking things through a lot, because we're like, you guys would always focus on what had already happened a lot of times, whereas level 6 was like, that already happened, we have to move forward. And I think it was their moving forward and not focusing that helped them get through some certain things that I think it was like, oh, come on, Hive.
Well, we observed and heard from level 6 members that were always kind of questioning us. All the Hive talked about was game.
Right.
Level 6 was chilling by the pool. So we were, I mean, and maybe, but that's what they would say to us. Like, we hang out, we just, and in every conversation, all we were talking about was game. Yeah. And we were so hyper focused on it that I think we were doomsdaying constantly.
Right. Well, I want to take a follow-up from Linda, who says, so if the early split in the house didn't happen, do you think you still would have ended up working with the same people?
Minus Caitlin plus Casey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to work with Casey from the beginning, but she had already drawn. She kept talking about, well, lines have been drawn. And I was like, well, I never drew those lines. Like, she always talked about the sides. And I never made those sides. I even tried to talk to Brett and Winston. I mean, I really liked Swaggy, Fessy, and Haleigh. I loved them from the beginning. I liked Bailey too, from the beginning, but I tried to talk to Brett and Winston. I tried to talk to Angela. I mean, there were just people that wouldn't talk to me. So.
Uh-oh. Oh no, okay, hold on. We're gonna get we're gonna get Rockstar right back. Hold on. We will get her right back. I have a feeling her phone might have died. So hold on. So she's coming right back. Let her probably get her plug. Let me remind you guys all, tomorrow is Caitlin. So make sure you guys come back here at 7 p.m. We're not going anywhere now. I'm just letting you know while we're waiting for Rockstar to get back. Caitlin will be on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. You guys still can ask your questions. We're going to be going into the patron after show after this. So if you guys want to become a patron, you can go to yourrealityrecaps.com/patron to become a patron, get access to the patron after shows with all the BB House guests, private shows just for patrons each week, access to the patron Facebook group, which is really where we can talk about the stuff that we can't talk about on these shows because they're public. We need a place to be private and say private things. So that is all happening over there. All right, I think we have Rockstar back. Hold on, they can't hear you yet. Let me bring you back in. And you're back.
All right, I'm sorry about that.
Now, is this because we dared talk about Caitlin and she had her spirit guides do that to you?
That's it. And also that my phone just kicked it for a second. So.
Okay. You're all good now, though. You're all good.
Yes.
All right, you're back. It was perfect timing. Okay, let me jump over to a question from, Jessam. All right, Jessam actually really has an interesting question. She wants to know, you know the house guests pretty well. So are there any showmances that you think won't last outside the house? Jessam not believing in love.
I always hope the best for anyone's love.
I do too.
I'll leave it at that. I mean, we'll see. You know, if people are loving each other and feeling each other, I'm just gonna wish them the best. I definitely. That's all I would ever want to do. I wouldn't want anybody saying, "Oh, I don't think her and that Chris are gonna last." So I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no, that's not nice. And it's not nice. Leave that for people like me to be shady and say.
There you go.
Yeah. Amy Lee wants to know, how annoying was the Bob voice telling you what to do?
Oh my gosh. I have flashbacks about it. It was crazy. Stop singing, stop humming, stop that. Like, it was nuts. It was everywhere. And I don't know if it's everywhere for every season or if we were just, horrible people. But
it's always everywhere for everyone. It's always everywhere for everyone.
He did say once that really made me laugh. He was like, "That's what she said."
Yeah, they always kind of throw in the funny ones at the end of the season.
Yeah, that made us laugh. That was cracking us up.
Little Big Red wants to know, how was being part of the BB experience going to make you a better mom or partner? So do you feel like there's anything from this that is going to make... I mean, I don't know how dealing with those people couldn't make you a better mom.
No, I mean, that's so funny because I actually had some of my kids can be real difficult in the morning. And Chris was asking me, he was like, "So how was it?" Because it was my first Monday back, getting them ready for school. And I was like, you know what? I mean, they were just as much of assholes as they ever are. But I was so cool with it. He was like, "That's because you were in a house full of assholes. You're going to deal with the kids so much better now. It's going to be so easy." And I was like, "You're right. Like, it is going to be easy." Because the kids don't put their stuff away, but they're like kids. And I mean, it's just, it has made me a better mom. It's made me a more understanding and actually like, and my kids are super smart and funny. And I think it's made me more laid back as a person, being under those high levels of stress for like 100 days. It really makes your regular life that you might have found very stressful just seem so easy.
Right. Well, Conquer Thyroid Issues has a follow-up question.
All
She
right.
wants to know, do you feel then that it was hard to decompress, or did you have like any anxiety coming back into your real life or being back in public again?
So being in public is still a little weird,
Mm-hmm.
and especially because people know things
Right.
that felt it's a strange thing for everyone to know things that you experienced by yourself,
Right.
not like in front of a live studio audience. So it's like it's weird when people are coming up to you and they're saying things that you said, or they're talking about a situation that you had, and there's this mental thing of like, you weren't there.
Right.
That's so bizarre. So it's still taking some getting used to. And I'm a very extroverted person, but it's a strange thing socially for people to know about this whole experience that they weren't even there for. And it's also like, I am not the type of person that ever really remembers anything I say.
Mm-hmm.
So people are quoting things that just came out of my mouth on the fly, and I'm like, "Oh my god, did I even say that?" And they're like, "Yeah, girl, you did."
Yeah, I'm the same exact way. Bruno's Thumb wants to know, what was the first thing that you did with your family when you got back home?
Well, I didn't have my kids for the first night, so I
Oh,
enjoyed, some lovely time with my man,
eating donuts, got it.
eating donuts, whole lots of donuts, delicious. And then my kids and I and Chris, we went to Chris's dad's 70th surprise birthday party.
Oh,
That was
fun.
really cool. And that was a little bit just, I mean, it was all family, but it was a little bit overwhelming because every single one of them watched Big Brother.
Right.
And so that was a little crazy. And then we watched a movie, we chilled. I've had some friends come over. We had a slumber party we added another kid
Mm-hmm.
into the slumber party. And I mean, it's just been like real good family time. They've been telling me about stuff, how school's going, and I've been reacquainting with the baby
Good.
and making fun of me for otev.
They need to let
It,
Otev go.
yes, I agree, but it's all right. I mean, it is funny.
Dee Dee wants to know, do you have any plans on doing any meet and greets in the DC area at any time going forward?
I would love to. I mean, I'm still kind of trying to find my footing as to how that even happens. I don't
Okay.
know if I contact somebody, if they contact me. I put my email for bookings up on my Twitter and on my Instagram. I'm still trying to, navigate those waters. I think I'm going to try to do a YouTube show
Okay.
later on. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I was thinking Chris and I could do a show together, and then some other friends of mine, and just like, and my kids, and it would have like multifacets. So it would be like, hey, this one you don't watch with the kids because this
Okay.
is the adult show, and then like, hey, here's Rockstar and her kids, and this is the family show. And I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm trying to navigate those waters too. I'm just figuring it all out.
I think a lot of people would love that, and you now know somebody that does production.
Yes,
So you let me know if you need any help with that.
I
Uh,
love that.
Derek wants to know, is there any BB alum that you've connected with since being outside of the house that you were a fan of? So not someone from your season, but has there been anybody from previous seasons who you've now gotten to talk to as a fan of the show?
So Zakia reached out to me,
Mm-hmm.
sent me a really nice message, and we were talking back and forth. Ika from BB Canada, we've really connected, and Chris actually sent her a picture of our baby at the finale that she showed me while she was waiting to interview the final three. So I thought that was like really cool. And I'm still just, I saw that I like fangirled when I saw that Janelle and Rachel Riley follow me on Twitter, and I haven't like connected with them, but I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I love it. I know that I was actually talking to Rachel about you. So yes, I'm aware that Rachel is a big fan. I have a
I
question.
love her.
I have a question from Becca, who is currently the #1 fan, and I will let everyone know. I can't believe how quick this has gone, but we have less than 10 minutes, everyone, left, so I'm going to try and go through this quickly. But so far, Becca, you are winning for #1 fan phone call. But Becca wants to know, we heard Scottie. Now, I will say, we don't know if this is in-the-house strategy. We did not get a diary room from Scottie confirming or, saying, yes, that was true, or no, I lied. But
Right.
we heard Scottie in the house tell, I think, Haleigh that you guys were going to do a voting block, and that one person could say someone they didn't want any of the rest of you to vote for, and then nobody would vote for them. So was Scottie using that as strategy? Or did that actually happen? Well, I mean, we know it didn't happen, but did you know about that? Let's put it that way.
No, I wasn't in on that.
Scottie, liar.
I know.
Shame on Scottie. Okay, because that was the big thing that a lot of people were like, oh, Scottie did it. And I'm like, Scottie could just be saying that for strategy. Why do we always keep acting like these people are telling the truth in this game?
Right. Only I told the truth.
Did you get to hear all of your goodbye messages? And was there anyone that really stuck out to you more than the rest?
I did get to hear all my goodbye messages. They let you hear them when you're in the jury house,
right?
Which is nice. And I mean, they were all pretty cool. I thought JC's was funny because I love like RuPaul's Drag Race, and
right.
He was like, "Who will I talk about gay things with now?" And I just thought that was hilarious.
Who will you talk about Trump things to? He always like to needle you about Trump a lot too, which I was like, "Oh, Rockstar, don't lose it.
Don't do it."
There was like sometimes like when you were having a bad week and he would just walk up to you and go, "So Trump's the greatest president, right?" And you went, "Yup," and kept moving.
Yes. He
liked to needle you with it a little bit, and I'm just surprised how well you handled it. Oh, no.
Where are you?
I don't know. We'll see if you pop back. Hold on. We're looking at or we can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, and you're back. Perfect.
Wait.
So he liked to needle you. It wasn't that big of a deal, but he liked to needle you with it a little bit. Oh, no.
There I am.
There you are. Okay,
yeah,
you're
I'm
back.
Sorry.
Good. It's fine. It's a technology world. We're doing great. They can hear you. All right. Let me but about Jess R wants to know, what was your favorite memory from in the Big Brother house?
My favorite memory from in the Big Brother house was definitely like blowing bubbles outside was a lot of fun. I really liked meeting Rachel Riley. I liked staying up late at night with Haleigh in that weird, awkward geometry room. I loved the quiet moments that I would find, like laying on the hammock. And I really, really, really loved the LED walls in the HOH room. Like, if I could get some of those walls just anywhere, that would be amazing.
You can. They're like $12 from Amazon, and as you saw, they just stick on with Velcro and fall right off. Maybe you didn't see that, but they fell off a lot during the live feeds.
I did know they fell off, but I still was like, these are incredible.
Carago wants to know, Rockstar, but just between us and the hundreds of people watching live, did you steal anything from the Big Brother house?
I tried to steal Orwella, and the first time I went on the block, I stole Tyler's hoodie, but I never actually left that time. So
I'm gonna apologize in advance. I have a feeling now you're gonna get a ton of Orwellas. They are available. We've been giving them out as prizes each month, so they're very easy to come by. I have a feeling you're going to get one.
I would love an Orwella.
And I was also going to say, here's what I'm going to do. When you go away, I'm just going to bring. Oh, okay, fine. I have you and your kids on standby for when your
I
picture
love
drops
it.
for a minute. I'll just throw that up quickly. I was going to say. Before, when you were mentioning about you wouldn't know how to do a meet and greet, well, again, you have tons of people here. So if anybody watching is in the DC area, shoot Rockstar a message. You said your email is on your Twitter and stuff. If that is
Yeah.
something that you want to set up with her, because she is not aware of how to do that. I'm sure somebody watching this is gonna know how to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that, a meet and greet, but I would love to. I mean, I would love to host a party at like a nightclub or something.
Right.
If people, I mean, any of that sounds really awesome. So
Perfect. Well, I'm sure someone, if anyone's watching, can help you with that. You guys contact Rockstar. All right. I want to say that people want you to know that you look amazing. They feel like there is such a change, which I guess that's good. They say that you just look amazing, that you look so different now, and they just can't believe how great you look. So I want to point that out. Flynn Charming says, thank you so much for all the love that you showed to the LGBT community. We love you too.
I just want to say to everybody, really, especially to like parents out there, one thing that Chris and I and actually the girl's dad Manny, one thing we're all really good about, and I encourage my other parent friends, is like when you're having conversations with your kids, we never like say I'm talking to a radio. I never say one day when you have a boyfriend. I always say one day when you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know, and you fall in love and blah blah blah. It's always we just keep it open to whoever they are, and we don't normalize anything except love.
No, that's great. I love to hear that.
That's one thing that I really appreciate about both Chris and Manny, the girl's dad, is that we all really love, and we want our kids to be whoever they are, and we want them to be proud and happy. So.
Well, I love it. I love hearing that. All right, so here's what I want to say to you. I want to give you the floor. Again, you have hundreds and hundreds of people here watching you live right now. I want to give you the floor to say whatever you want to say to all of your fans watching you in here right now. The floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate you all so much. I've had such an outpour of love and support, and it's just been absolutely incredible to hear the positive messages, people calling me a legend and an icon, and like that's all the girl has ever dreamed about. So like it's absolutely amazing to hear that I'm inspiring people. I'm so flattered and humbled by all the love that has been shown to me, and it's just, it makes me so happy. I'm gonna try to stay being an ally and being available to you all, to offer advice and love and anything that you need. I'm probably, like I said, we're trying to figure out how to do a YouTube show, and very interested in just seeing what the future holds. I think I may not have one big brother, but I think I've won so much more than $500,000. I've won 500,000 friends, and that's just amazing.
Well, speaking of your friends, Rockstar, people also want to know super quickly. Kathleen P wants to know: do you have any plans of opening a PO box for people that want to send you stuff?
Yes, I'm actually going to do that tomorrow, and I'll put it on my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Twitter.
Yeah. Okay, so your Twitter is right above you.
Okay, great.
Miss A Rockstar. What is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Angela MFN Rockstar, like my fun neighbor.
Okay. And what's your other one? Your Facebook, you said?
My Facebook is Angela Lantry, which is I don't go by that. I go by Rockstar. And my kids are actually named Rockstar from birth, but
Right.
I haven't changed my name. So it's Angela Lantry on Facebook because their real name's policy, which is total whatever. Anyway,
Right.
that's what it is.
Perfect. Okay, and then I want to say that congratulations, Blanca Boo. You are the number one fan for this show. I will follow up with you after about that.
Yay!
Just make sure that you go to yourrealityrecaps.com/prizes, Blanca, or you can tweet me and I will work that out with Rockstar for you. Also, I will put all the links to Rockstar's social media below the edited version of this show. Make sure you guys become a fan here on You Now before you guys leave so that you are alerted every time we go live. Like I said, we're having a house guest on every single night for probably like the next, what? How many of there are you? 16? So next 16 days. So we will see you guys all later. Patrons, we are heading over to the patron show now. We will see you guys there. Everyone in You Now, thanks so much, everybody. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.